What we've got here is a coin hunt challenge. Total coin hunt challenge. Now then, what we're going for is, I need to set this up ready to do the timing. So what we're going for is the fastest time to sort 1050p coins. Right? And if you can do it faster than me, then you can claim 50 quid to spend at changechecker.com. It's that simple. All you got to do is upload a video right from the beginning, like I am, right? So, whoops, 13:27 I've got on my clock. As usual, where I sod it all up is at the beginning. That's it. Let's put that up there. Okay, 13:28 is just gone, so let's go. You've got to sort 1,000 coins fast. Right? And they have to be, there's no good with bags where you've got it's no good doing bags where you've got all the same coin. They don't count. It only counts if, like this, the bags have circulated 50p. I think I'm pretty fast. No doubt there's a few of you out there that think you're faster. So just for a bit of fun, if you can beat me and you can time me yourself, I'll tell you how long I take. I started at 13:28, which I'll write down on a bit of paper. Wasting time now. And then we'll see where we are at the end. All right. And you've got to sort them all. So you've got to sort the Britannias, you've got to sort the old, the shields, you've got to sort everything. Different ways of doing it. Some people put it on a mat like this. Some people will do them in their hand. But the thing is, how fast can you properly sort all of them? That's the challenge. We can all sort through a load of coins, but can you do it fast enough to make it worthwhile making a few quids out of it? And we'll see what commemoratives or other good coins we get by the end of it. We've already got Benjamin Bunny, Battle of Britain, Stephen Hawkins, Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. Are we going to find a 2009, 10, 11, for example? What about the 2008 Britannias? I'm a bit cramped here. I like a little bit more space. A few more commemoratives. Jeremy Fisher, another Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. Wonder how many Isle of Man coins we can find. And this is without any practice, I have to say. I haven't done this for, oh my goodness, must be at least a year. And I just fancied having a go. I haven't done it for a while. Squirrel napkin, good finds so far. In fact, maybe we'll start piling these up and do them by the bag. So we'll have that one there, that one there, that one there. We'll put all the Beatrix Potters over there, and we'll put the other ones fit to you, Winkle. NHS. All you've got to do is make a video, 1,000 coins, do it quicker than me. Tag me in a video, send it to me, support@tgbch.co.uk, and we'll have a look. Just a bit of fun. But you've got to sort them out properly. It's no good doing it half-assed. And then you've got to work out, is it been worth doing? You know, sitting here for however long it takes, is it worth doing? Battle of Hastings. So far, every coin I've found can be worth as much as a £5. Probably the worst one out of the lot so far, out of what I've found, will be the Benjamin Bunny, because I made about 19 million of them. But believe you me, they're still worth 3 or 4 quid each. It's amazing how many people that get into collecting coins, or just start off collecting coins, get told that the old Benjamin Bunny, that one there, is not worth anything. It's only worth face value. I love coming up against people that say coins are only worth face value, because they go, nah, it's not worth any more than that. And the reason it ain't worth any more than that is because anyone can go into a bank, get a £5's worth of change, find a Benjamin Bunny, which actually, dictionary, which actually is quite true. Squirrel napkin. Anybody can go into a bank anywhere in this country, and you will be able to, if you just get 10 quid's worth of 50p's, trust me, you will find, chances are, a Benjamin Bunny and or a Tale of Peter Rabbit. I mean, you're almost guaranteed to find those two coins. So up to that part there, those people are quite correct. However, Benjamin Bunny, did you know that there are 7 billion, I say again, I love saying this to those people, 7 billion people around the world that cannot go into a bank and get 10 quid's worth of change. For those people to go into a bank and get 10 quid's worth of change, they'd have to spend 300 or 400 on a flight to come over here, Paddington. So those people will actually still pay 3, 4, 5 quid to get hold of Benjamin Bunny, because they collect the coins around the world. And these people that say, oh, they're worth nothing, you'll find that these people are not wrapping and packing and selling these coins to people around the world and only making face value. Anybody that tells you a coin is worth face value, well, there's a part of me that wants to say they don't know what they're talking about. They're talking out of their what's name, because because every single coin, no matter what it is worth more than face value. A half-pence decimal coin is worth more than face value. It's worth several pounds. I've sold them for a £5, so I know. And they're the most common halfpenny to get, but I've still sold some for a £5 to people in another country that can't get access to them like we get access to them, except on eBay and places like that. Every coin is worth more than face value. A 1 cent, you can prove it to yourself. You know, when people go, oh, it's only worth face value, you can prove that they're talking out of their bitses and bobsies, because all you've got to do is list one for sale. And trust me, it doesn't matter if you've got a 2 cent European coin, 2 cent euros, 1 cent euros. The dates are different. The mintages on them are different. People collect them. So if people collect them, then that means that they want them, right? And if they want them, if they collect them, then they have missing, because they haven't managed to find it in their change, they've got missing years, haven't they? You come along, you've got one in your change for that year, you list it for 2 or 3 quid, somebody come along and buy it. And that's just a 1 or a 2 cent coin. Even a penny. Oh, nice find. Look at that. Vote. Who needs the fast forward thingy? And we've got hands like mine going at super speed. I call this super speed. You might not call it super speed. What I'm doing is I'm separating swimmer. Shame he's not under the water. That would have been worth about 400 quid if it was under the water. What does under the water mean? It means where the lines go across the face, you can see the water lines on the coin, and on that one the lines do not go over the face. But if the lines did go over the face, then that one is worth several £100, probably about 400 quid by now, I would imagine. And that's because Sherlock Holmes, and that's because when they made them, Jeremy Fisher, nice. When they made them, they suddenly realised halfway through minting them, or part way through minting them, they didn't like it. They didn't like the lines going over the face. So they stopped it, they re-edited it, carried on minting them. But of course, the ones with the lines, the water lines going over the face, there's a lot less of those than there are with the lines not going over the face. And so that makes them rarer. It's not an error, it's just error because there's less of them. This is 1,000 coins. How do I know it's 1,000 coins? Because a full seal bag is £250 and that's 500 coins. I've got 2 sealed bags here. Benjamin Bunny. So it doesn't matter what the coin. It could be the 1997 Britannia, common as muck. It's still sellable. Every coin is sellable. Another thing you'll notice about some of the people, not all, because I know some people that maintain coins are only worth face value. Ah, it's not worth much more than face value. It's not to them, but it is to someone who wants it. But some people, Jersey, I forgot what I was going to say now. It'll come into my mind. Christopher Ironside. Sold one of them the other day. Paddington at the Tower. 1 bag done. And the time so far is 13.42. $13.42, one bag. We'll work out afterwards how long it takes me. Got to sort more out yet. This out of one bag is actually pretty darn good, I have to say. Oh yeah, that's the thing I was going to say about the face value business. I've come across also some people out there that are quite dodgy, especially on Facebook. And they tell you that it's only worth face value. Yeah, what you're offering there is only worth face value, but they'll buy it. They'll buy it off you for face value, knowing full well that several of the coins that are in your list are pretty good coins, worth good money. When I say good money, some coins are worth 20 quid more. I've had so many arguments with people on Facebook. In fact, I'm banned from so many Facebook groups. They won't let me in. They won't even let me in to defend myself and stick up for what I believe in, or to say or to answer them when they slate me. They just won't entertain me going in at all. Put that there. Because they know I destroy them verbally. That's why. I destroy all their arguments. Rubbish such as it is. So quite simply, those people that tell you it's only worth face value, they're like them old-time antiques dealers, you know, the dodgy ones, the ones where you go in to sell something, another Ironside, you go in to sell something and they'll go, yeah, once that was worth some money once, but yeah, it's not worth much now. But I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll give you a tenner for it. I'll give you a couple of quids for it, just so you've got something for your petrol for bringing it here. But it ain't worth anything. Knowing full well that actually what they were trying to get off you was worth something. You know what I mean? Them people don't believe it. When somebody says it's only worth face value, all of a sudden I go deaf. Not interested. Not interested in talking to you. Not interested in even having a conversation with you. And if you told me that it was sunny outside, I would not believe you. That's how much of a difference it makes, having conversations with those people. If they told me that fire engines were red, I'd say, I think I'm going to go and look at a couple of fire engines, because I don't trust you, because you've already lied and said certain coins are only worth face value. I do bang on about that a lot, because I think it is huge. When you consider the sort of thing you get in your change, money that you get in your change, do you know what? There's nothing more satisfying. Another swimmer, look at that. There's nothing more satisfying for me than going into a shop, buying something for a couple of quid, right? And then I look at my change, and in my change, I've got like some coppers, and I might have a 1982 penny in my change. And I just get so buzzed about that. Because a 1982 penny, I used to sell them for 3 quid each. They've now gone up to 4 or 5 quid. Yeah, I know, 4 or 5 quid for a penny. But they're hard to find. They're not the rarest penny, but they're seriously hard to find. Look at that, another squirrel nutkin, couple of wounded comrades. Most people would tell you that a wounded comrade, the VC Cross, these are all coins that ain't worth anything, right? Roger Bannister and all of that, you know, 5 million they put into circulation. But what some people forget is that since they put all them into circulation, there's been another billion coins gone into circulation, right? Close on 1 billion coins. Now, what happens next is the mixing pot, the ones that there are, the good coins that there are, even the Roger Bannisters, which ain't considered good coins in the industry, as it were, for collectability, you know, because they're made like 5 million of them. So they're downgraded as far as that's concerned. But the thing is, your melting pot, it's harder because you've got more coins in the pot. You've got more coins in the system to search through. If there's another billion coins gone into the system, then the 5 million Roger Bannisters that are out there become harder to find. But of course, you still have people maintain their rubbish. They ain't rubbish. When I started 9 years ago, People's Act, good condition. When I started nearly 10 years ago, dictionaries and things like that, library, dictionary, Roger Bannister, oh my goodness, you'd find so many of them. Drop one. You'd find so many of them in your coin searches that you would throw a load back to the bank. Not anymore. Not anymore. You don't find loads of them anymore. Now you find very few. I mean, I've just done 1,000 coins, and what have I found? 5 dictionaries, and that is really good. To find 5 out of 1,000 coins is really good now. Most of your commemoratives, I don't sell a commemorative for less than a £5. Any, doesn't matter what one it is, I charge a £5 for it. Simply because I can't be bothered to do the job for less. I can't be bothered to sit. I mean, I don't do most of our wrapping and packing now. Taylor of Gloucester, nice find. I don't do most of our wrapping and packing now, but what I'm saying is the time it takes to wrap, pack and post something, to charge just, and I used to charge £2.95. That was my price for your generic, easy to find coins like Roger Bannister and the VC Cross and Sherlock Holmes, things like that, things that were easy. I used to charge £2.95 for. Paddington. Now I charge £4.95. Granted, I don't sell as many as I used to. Am I bothered? To borrow a phrase, I'm not bothered. I don't care, not bothered. I've got more time on my hands, and believe it or not, I'm probably taking the same money now selling them at £4.95 than I used to take selling them at £2.95. But of course, I'm selling less coins, but I've got the same money. Can't be bothered. If I've got to sit here and wrap and pack a coin and post it and walk to the post box, I want a little bit more than a couple of quid for doing it. I want to make it feel like it's worthwhile. It used to be worth once. It used to be worth now and again doing a bit of a lost leader, Jeremy Fisher, and even like I would put Roger Bannister or Tom Kitten, nice. Dictionary, nice. Battle of Britain, nice. I would do something like that for What else we've got? Girl Guides, nice. I would charge £2.95 for them. And then I would do a Lost Leader and do one at 99p or £1.50 free post. It was worth doing, but not anymore. Postage £1 now. By the time you've paid the post and the eBay fees, if you do them at any less than a couple of quid, you're actually losing money. In fact, I think if you do them less than £3, you're losing money. So I put all mine up to £4.95. And with inflation, a lot of people are going to put their prices up, but I think I'm one of the first. So everything goes at a minimum £4.95 now. And that makes me dearer than some sellers. And quite a few things. But again, I take the attitude, you know, that I don't care. Don't care, not bothered. Pressure again, not bothered. I'm not going to find a million coins. So, I mean, look at this, right? I've just searched 1,000 coins. I've come up with about a good haul for me. I reckon this is a really good haul. I've come up with 5 Jeremy Fishers. Let's put them there because there's not enough room in the box. And I shall be selling those for about £6 each. That will annoy some people, and they'll say, "Oh, you're a rip-off." No, that's the price I want for it. I learned a long time ago that an item is worth whatever anybody's prepared to pay for it. That's how much it's worth. So if somebody pays me £10 for a 1997 Britannia or a dictionary, then that's what it's worth to them. Otherwise, they wouldn't pay me the money for it. Simple as that, really. This is a good haul, this is turning into. But it is all about speed, this game, because... Oh, nice find, NHS. It's all about speed, because if you can do the job quickly and move on to more other work, Benjamin Bunny, I like them. I have a way of selling loads of Benjamin Bunnies. Quite simply, I also sell collections. And it's a simple little trick, but it's one that works, and there's nothing wrong with it. You're not doing anything wrong. Is I'll sell mystery collections of coins where you'll buy 20, 30, 40, 50p's. But of course, every single collection is going to have a Benjamin Bunny, probably a dictionary. All the ones that are easy to find will be in there, along with a couple of juicy ones. You put a couple of juicy ones in there and everybody's happy. They're pushing all the coins out now because they're desperate to get Charlie out there, King Charles, His Majesty, and so all of the 2000, you go down to the post offices and the banks. If you actually get a bag of brand new coin, you're predominantly getting 2019 Britannias, Shields, or you're getting now the Pride, right? So they're pushing all this out to be faster. Paddington at the Tower. This is a good haul. I wonder if we'll have one more bag left and then we get on to the other bit. I wonder if we'll find any 50 quid coins here. If you can find yourself a 2009, 10 or 11 Shield, you're guaranteed 50 quid. Did you know that? No, I hear you cry. You didn't know that, which is true. that 2016 flop. No, it's not 16. That is a 18 Flopsy Bunny on the very, very, very last coin we search. Right, so we've got some good ones there. Now we have to go back to, we need another box. Suddenly breaking my neck for a wee. And the coins we're looking through the Britannias for are the 2008s. 2008 Britannia is the one you want. Now there are some where the mintages are a bit less than others, like 2002. But I don't need any more than those, any more of those. But the one that you want to look out for, because you're looking at £5, £6, and to be honest with you, give it a few more years and it's going to go up to a tenner. My prediction will be that a 2008 Britannia will be at £10 before 2030. So if you get any of those 2008 Britannias, my advice, keep them. Keep them, and even if you can't be bothered to sell them, just keep them and put them in a pot. But look out for them. To take part in this challenge, you've got to do the lot. You've got to search. Now look how many 50p's I've done already. How many Britannias have I just searched through, and I haven't found a single 2008. So that tells you, oh, that's a 3. It tells you that they're not easy to find. And so many people who do coin searching and coin tubing don't bother looking because it takes too long. It's a lot easier just to search through the pretty pictures, isn't it, than it is to flip them over and search through. Because now you're searching through the head side. We've already searched the tails. Now we want to flip them over, start again, search the head side. And believe me, there ain't many there. And that is what tells you it's worth saving. Find a Kew Gardens now in absolutely garbage crap condition and it's still worth £50 to £70. Find it in really good condition and it's worth anything up to 200. There we go, a 2008, don't know if you can see the date, but a 2008 Britannia. That's one to keep. And I've searched all that lot to get that. But how long has it taken me, really, to search through and find that Britannia? How long has that taken? 5 minutes? It's only taken me 5 minutes, and I've got something that's worth between, well, at least a £5. Wait to get rid of the money. Richie Sunak's talking about going electronic. It's half the coin tubers that are keeping our money alive. Because for as long as there's demand, they'll keep making coin. And there's a demand for 50p's because so many people search through 50p's. So many people. I mean, we're talking in the thousands search through 50p's. Not as many people search through £2 because they're more expensive to get hold of. But an awful lot of people search 50p's. So that's why the 50p won't go out yet. £2, they've already stopped minting them. I don't think they've put one in circulation for 4 years. or something like that. Don't know exactly, but have a little look and you'll see. I think the last one to go in circulation was 2016. If it is 2016, I'm not saying that that is what it is, because I would need to go and have a look. But if it is 2016, that means that we haven't had one going to circulation for 6 years. It wouldn't surprise me to put the first King Charles coin in circulations. Start putting them in. And they're already taking coins out. Don't forget that. So, for example, 5p coins. If it's before 2011, they're taking them out. Check your 5p coins and you will find that only 2011 onwards stick to a magnet. Everything 2010 and before doesn't stick to a magnet. That's how they take them out of circulation. They take them out of circulation in their tens of thousands. By the use of magnets. Same for the penny. Everything before, I think it is 1992, is non-magnetic. Everything after 1992 is magnetic, or close on those dates. You know, just do your own due diligence. Don't take anybody's word for everything, including mine. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We can all be out by a year or so. I'm not that anal as to say everything I say is 100% correct. I say to people, just check it out for yourself, you know. But this is what I think it is. And from the extensive tests that I've done, everything below 1992 is non-magnetic. And they are taking those out of the system. And the reason for that is because they're worth 2 to 3 pence each scrap value. If you've got a load of pre-1992 pennies, weighed a kilo of it, then worked out how many pennies were in that kilo. If you weighed that kilo in as copper scrap, you would get more than the value of the pennies that are in that kilo. However, I do have to point out that that is illegal. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to melt down money. Even though people do, people have been melting down and smelting in their back gardens for years, especially with the sixpences and shillings, because any sixpence or shilling made before 1947, so that's 1946 or earlier, has got silver content in it. And people for years have been getting hold of them and melting them down. Well, it is illegal to do that. You're not allowed to do it, and you can go to prison for it. Whether you would go to prison for it or not, I don't know, but you can go to prison for it. And this is also why people don't search this, what I'm doing now, the Shields and the Britannias, because you can spend all this time searching and not find anything. And then you're thinking, oh, you've just wasted all your time. But I can't tell you the number of times I found a £50 coin. Oops. Nope. I'm busting for a wee and I can't go now. Now I've started doing this. So this is a live coin hunt. There's no fancy camera work. There's no speeding it up. 1,000 coins properly searched. 2009, 10 or 11 Shield is worth a minimum 50 quid. Minimum. In fact, well, if I found any, I would put them up for 75 quid. No, sorry. Probably 65 quid make an offer, because I put uncirculated ones up at 75 quid. It's just fun, isn't it, when you find them? It's a buzz. It's more fun finding them than it is to buy it off someone for a £5 knowing how much it's worth, if you see what I mean. Me and John used to do this day in, day out, and I miss it now. John missed it as well before he died, bless him. Stage 4 lung cancer. He helped me start all this up, and he died not long ago. I miss him so much. We used to travel about. There we go. Job, boom, boom, as Andy Babb says. A 2008 Britannia. We used to go to the bank with a trolley, take the trolley out of the car, and the trolley is like what I used to call an old railway trolley, a sack barrow, where you've got the long spine on the back of the trolley and the two wheels. And we go into the bank and we get £5,000 worth of 50p's on this trolley. I mean, we must have looked a sight. And then we would wheel that from the bank to Nero's or Costa's, whichever was closer, but a coffee shop was saying. And in we'd go, and then we'd just start getting it out and putting it all over the table like this. And we worked a system whereby, because I was faster at it than John, what we used to do was, John would start opening the bags and emptying them on the table. And this works. If there's a pair, if you can work as a team, right, if you've got a mate you can do this with, it really does work. John used to rip open the bags and tip them on the table, and I would search the coins. And as fast as he could rip the bags and stick them on the table, I would sort those coins, like we've just been doing. So it was a struggle for him to keep up with me. But if I just stopped just for a couple of minutes or something, say I went for a wee or something like that, then I'd come back and suddenly there's a pile of coins on the table, and I'd have to go some then to catch up. But that's how we used to do it. Then when we finished, we used to get it from one bank, and then we'd take it to, we used to get it from Barclays at the time. And mind you, the local assistant manager at Barclays, she was nasty. But we used to get it from Barclays, and we used to go and search it, and then we would take it back to the NatWest. Because in the NatWest, they've got these machines, and these machines are super fast. You can literally, you don't need to count your money out anymore, you know, £20 worth, put it back in a cash bag to go and cash it into the bank. You just tip all the money into a box or a big bag, and then go into the NatWest and tip it into the machine. Mate, that machine would sort it out faster than you could blink. Then you get a receipt, go to the counter, get your money back, and then we'd go back to Barclays and do it again, and we'd have enough time in the day for 2 trips. And we would do that with 50p's and £2 coins. If we were searching pennies or 2p's or 5p's, we would use a magnet. Because if you use a magnet on pennies, you're pulling out everything pre-1992, and they are your most valuable. 1972 was a non-released year, so that is obviously valuable, and that's worth 10 to 15 quid, depending on condition. Uncirculated ones is worth as much as 20, 25 quid, believe it or not. It's worth actually buying a 1972 set and taking everything out and selling it individually. It's worth 5 times the cost of the set or more. And then you've got things like 1981 penny is hard to find. 1982 is like rocking horse poo to find. For every 2,000 coins you search, which is 20 quid, £20 bag, you would be lucky to find 6 1982s. That's why they're so expensive. Another 2008, nice. That one didn't take so long to find. So I've got 3 of those now, £5 each, that's 15 quid. And that's just them. I need the box. It's also very therapeutic. You can sit there and do this and just while away a bit of time and think, you know what, I'm not going to worry about the heating bill. I'm not going to worry about next week's dinner. Just going to sit and sort through a few coins. I used to employ people to sit and just search coins. That's all they would do all day long, is literally sit and search coins, and they loved it. I don't employ people anymore. I got tucked up by some of my employees, and when the old pandemic hit, £120,000 worth of stock went missing. Bastards. And the thing is, it could only have been one of 3 people. Well, actually, it could only have been one of 2 people because it wasn't John. I was really gutted about that. But what can you do? Just got to move on. Get up the next day, start all over again. And stick to the same mantra. Don't worry about the things you can't change, just worry about the things you can. Couldn't worry about that, couldn't work out who nicked it. So give that up as a bad job. So 1,000 coins. We've managed to find a total of 3 Britannias, were 3 2008 Britannias worth around about, at the moment I think I sell them for about 5-6 quid each, but as I say, the price is going up on those. So that's all that lot, and only 3. Now we need another box. So this is all rubbish. She's one of these old fashioned cash bags, ready to go back to the bank. And this is what I mean, you don't need to count them out or nothing. You just go into the NatWest make sure you open a business account at the NatWest, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a personal account. And you just put it into the machine. So, all that lot, and only 3 Britannias. Right, let's have a look. This is the one. This is the one you want. Will we find any, or will it be a waste of time? Ha 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 ha. We're looking for 9, 10, 11. And it's easy to get confused. But they are the most valuable. Not interested in anything else at the moment. I don't need anything else. But they all sell. Every one of these that I'm throwing back in, they do sell. And I do sell them. But obviously, I don't sell them enough of them to... I don't sell enough of them to warrant keeping all of these coins. That's not going to happen. But people will still buy the dates, and they'll still give you 3-4 quid a coin. So I have a few in stock of every year, and then I just replace them as and when my stocks get low and online, you know, from selling. Changechecker.com. Have a little look. It's like a mini eBay, but it's just for coins and coin related. The numismatic industry. Thought I found one then, but it was a 12. I've got to write down how long it took me to do that other bag. So if you want to join in this challenge, you've got to do £1,000 worth, and you've got to do it, like, you know, in one go, without any video editing, so that everybody knows that you've done it fair and square. And if you can beat my time, you win £50 to spend at changechecker.com on any coin you like. Anything. You can buy Stephen Hawkins, Peter Rabbit, you can buy Harry Potter, you can buy 50p's, pennies, 2p's, £2, you name it. I would like to find just one at least, just to prove that it can be done. But it is hit and miss, I grant you that. But then, you know, how long does it really take to do it? I reckon it's worth doing. Do you know WWF goes up and down in value? One of the few coins that actually goes up and down in value. WWF. And the reason it goes up and down in value is because there's about 3 million of them made. And in the list of rarity on the coins that have been released into circulation, the WWF comes down the list. I used to know exactly, but I don't know the exact number now, but it's somewhere in the region of about 32, right? So it's about, you know, if you want to say where is it in the most rarest, it's probably the 32nd, 33rd, that kind of number, right? Rarest coin. It's down the list. It's halfway down the list because there's 3 million of them made, so it's not that rare. So what makes it valuable then? Well, the other change checker people, the Westminster Collection change checker people, which is run by a chap called Ian Glenn, who I've met and had a coffee with, they brought out what they called a scarcity index. They copied my guide, really, but gave it a different name and then put it in a different order. And because I was the first person to do a guide, a proper mintage guide, and prices as well. I was the first person to do that. Well, I haven't been able to keep it up year on year. And why am I talking about this? Oh yeah, WWF. So the WWF, World Wildlife Fund, is 30 odd down the list. But when the other change checker people, Westminster, when they did their scarcity index, excuse me yawning, they didn't count the 29 Olympic coins from 2011/12. The Olympics was in 2012, but the coins have got a 2011 date on them, I think, something like that. Apart from the Blue Peter Athletics one, which has a date of 2009 on it, I believe, or something like that. That's worth like 300 or 400 quid. Anyway, I digress. So because they ignored the 29 Olympic coins, which in itself irks me somewhat, how can you ignore 29 coins that have been minted and put into circulation? You can't ignore them. But anyway, they ignore them on their scarcity index. And by doing so, all of a sudden, it puts the WWF up in the top 5. Suddenly, the WWF is like one of the rarest coins out there. But only if you ignore, only if you ignore the Olympic coins. And every now and again, the newspapers will do a story. And the newspapers, your main dailies like your Mirror and your Sun and all of that, they'll do a story, right? And when they do a story in the paper, not the online doesn't get as many readers, but when you do a story in the paper and you state in the paper that the WWF is one of the rarest coins out there, all of a sudden, from the day that comes out on the newsstands, oh my goodness, people dive onto eBay, literally dive onto eBay and start buying up WWF coins. And they buy 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40. And they keep selling. I mean, I used to sell the coin for £2.95. And I remember one time when they did this, and they quoted Change Checker Westminster. And I had them at £2.95, and it just went ching, 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 ching. And I just kept putting the price up throughout the day. And I put the price up to £7.95. I wouldn't put it up anymore because I was thinking the coin just is not worth this. But you put the price up to slow down the sales a bit because I didn't have that many of them. You know, not thousands anyway. I had quite a few, but and as I say, I put it up to £7.95, and it was still going ching 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 ching, £8 a touch. So if you manage to get a WWF, just put it aside, just put it in the wardrobe, because every now and again that coin, it just multiplies in value, and it only multiplies. Oh no, put it in again now. Put it in the wrong box. It only multiplies because of the newspapers. Look at that! I've just given you a bit of an head start on me. I've just gone and done the. Put them back in the same box. So I've got to do the same coins again. So that's the story on the WWF. The rarest circulated coin is obviously, well, there's three rarest circulated coins. One is the original 1992 dual date, which only 100,000 of those went into circulation. However, it's not that expensive a coin to buy. Certainly not as expensive as a Kew Gardens, simply because it's an old large 50p, and a lot of people don't collect the large ones. They only collect this size. So that's why it doesn't get a lot of love, that coin, when it should do. It should be worth 2.5 times more than a Kew Gardens, because it's 2.5 times rarer than a Kew Gardens. But it isn't, simply because of that, because it's a large coin. There we go. So we've done all of them as well. The absolute, then of course you've got the Kew Gardens, 250,000 or whatever, but of course they made 250,000 nearly for the sale market. So even though people say there's only 250,000 Kew Gardens coins, there is actually nearly 500,000 of those. But the rarest coin is the Peter Rabbit 2019 that yours truly took 500, because it's not a release coin, and put it into circulation so people could find it, and we made all the papers. Okay, we've got no 2009 1011s. 1429. That's taken me exactly an hour. I would say that's taken me 61 minutes is what that's taken me. So if you can do that entire job and lay it all out like this so that you can see what you got. We've got 2 People's Act, 1 Victoria Cross, a Girl Guides. We've got a few dictionaries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dictionaries, 2 Wounded Comrades, 1 Isaac Newton, 2 Battle of Britons. Have we got an IRB? Everybody wants to know. I can't see. JC. Down by the Queen's Neck, which is round about here, down by the Queen's Neck. If you got the letters IRB, it's worth a few quid more. Sherlock Holmes, Paddington at the Station, NHS, Roger Bannister, Hastings, Paddington at St Paul's, Paddington at the Tower, 1998, Stars of the Presidency of the European Union, 2 Olympic swimmers, 1 vote, 1 NHS, 2 NHS altogether. Christopher Ironside, 3 a jersey, 2 Tom Kitten, 5 Jeremy Fisher, 2 Tiggy Winkle, 11 Benjamin Bunnies, 3 Squirrel Nutkins, 1 Flopsy Bunny, 1 Taylor of Gloucester, 2 Taylor Peter Rabbits, and 2 Tom Kittens. That is my haul. Not bad at all. Thanks for watching. See if you can do better. Bye for now. So that's it. Can you do better? So 61 minutes. If you can do 1,000 coins in 61 minutes, you could win 50 quid to go and spend at changechecker.com. But you've got to do it exactly as I've done. And you have to check all of the Britannias and all of the shields as well as the commemoratives. Right? Okay, have a great day. Bye for now. End the stream.